Hey there, it's Mark from Men Who Bullet. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Men Who Bullet and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. This week we're going to do a little bit more of a planner type layout. A lot of meetings coming up at work this week, so I wanted to make sure I block out time. Let's go through materials. Get yourself a pencil to start off with. We're also going to work with two different size Micron pens, an 01 and an 08 for some of those thicker lines. Grab yourself a nice flat ruler. We've got a lot of lines coming up and that eraser to get rid of those pencil marks. The first thing I learned with bullet journaling that was really important is to make sure to plan out your pages with a pencil first instead of marker. That's just the way I like to work, but that way I make sure that I don't make as many mistakes as I usually do. So to start off, we're going to space down from the top of our page 6 squares and make a little mark in our margin here. That's where all of our dates and our days of the week are going to go. And then 2 down from there, I'm going to make a mark. And that's where we're going to put all of the thinner lines for the times of the day, starting at 8 o'clock for myself. And then I'm going to go down to 6:30. So I'm going to do 21 squares down from that and then make a little mark there. And then we'll go 3 more down from that. And this is where I'm actually going to put the to-dos for the week. So those weekly tasks that I have going on that I'm not scheduling just yet. I'm only going to do one side of the page for this video. So if you'd like to do the other, it's really just a mimic of what we're going to do on the left-hand side here. So what we're going to do across the top here, like I said, is going to be the date and the day of the week. So the grid that I set up, it's 26 squares across. So we're going to do an 8-1-8-1-8 grid. So we'll start counting off from the right-hand side over 8 squares from the last mark. So make a little tally mark and then count over 8 from there. And then once I get to that point, I make another little mark. This is going to make sure that when I am putting the marker to the page, I know where to start and when to stop, and I don't have to recount again as I'm going. It's a really nice way to work. It's been super helpful for me. And again, that's why I like to work with a pencil as I get started. So what we'll go ahead and do next is we'll start doing the next lines down. Now I'm going to just fast forward through all of that and skip through, but just to show you how we're going to set this up. Again, however you like to do it, it's best for you. I do my pages upside down before, to be completely honest. Whatever works, that's what you got to do, whatever works for you. So we're going to start with the 08 Micron pen. Again, this is going to be the thicker line to the top and the very bottom that we're going to do for our dates and days of the week. I'll go ahead and use those tally marks that I made in pencil before. And that way, like I said, I don't have to recount the squares, possibly make a mistake, and then have to paste over it or go to a new page. So nice and easy and not too difficult to do. So next we're going to take the 01 micro pen to do those thinner lines. You can use something even smaller or fine point if you want, but these are going to be the lines that we're going to do across the page and down the page. Super easy. All I'm going to do here is just follow the lines that are above me, since I already marked those off in the thicker Micron pen, and just follow those across. You could do this entire page in pencil if you wanted to with those tick marks, but I don't think that it's the best use of your time, to be completely honest. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and fill out the top of the pages with the dates using the 08, just to give it a little bit of that visual hierarchy on the page. And then I'll go back to the 01 to put out the titles for the to-dos. Again, it's small, it's down there at the bottom, and I really want to pay attention and remind myself what is today and then what's going on in that day. And then however you end up doing your dates here at the top is completely up to you. I'm just writing it out in print, the full day of the week. You could use hand lettering, you could shorten it, however you want to do it. I'd love to see some different variations, even on this template. And if you do, make sure to post it on Instagram and tag me at Men Who Bullet. I'd love to see that. So after this, we're going to go ahead and start to fill out all of the times throughout the day. Now, again, I'm only doing the top of the hours for each one. I'm not doing each one individually, but I did leave all these extra lines for that. So you'll see that I'll start at 8 a.m., I'll skip over 8:30, put 9, and go all the way down to 6, and then I have that extra line there for 6:30, and that's kind of the end of the day, or if I'm commuting at the end of the day. So for this, we're just going to kind of chop this through to show real quick. Here's how we're getting through this. There's no point in watching me write those numbers over and over again. And for yourself, even when you duplicate this for the other side, it's still a lot of writing. So to finish this page off, I'll take off this binder clip, which will give me plenty of room to write out the month. I'm just going to do some cursive hand lettering here at the top. Again, whatever works out for you, some print, some really fancy, get some watercolor in here, get some calligraphy in here, do whatever you want. Something fancy is always very nice, or go basic. If you don't feel comfortable with your hand lettering just yet and you like your print, or you just want to write Jan, totally up to you. This is not a prescription. This is just some inspiration for yourself as you go through. And then I'm just going to put the year that's in here because I'm still trying to remember that it's 2018 and not 2017. So this is my extra little reminder. The last thing that we're going to put on the page is just a little bit of detail. I had found this gray art win a few weeks ago at AC Moore. I've been looking for something for extra detail on my pages, and it's double-edged, so you've got your fine point and a little bit thicker on the other side, and I'm just going to go ahead and just underline the January here to give it a little bit of depth. You can use anything you want or nothing at all. Again, this is for you. This is why we do bullet journaling, is for ourselves, not for other people. So if you want to add that in there, you can. So here we are at the end. Of course, I did the left-hand side. You would want to do the rest of the week. It would look kind of silly just to finish it off there on Wednesday. But hey, if you do it, by all means. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Men Who Bullet. Thank you so much for watching this first episode and looking forward to many, many more. If you have any ideas, please leave your comments below. I'd love to hear them on future episodes and other things you'd like to see for this channel. Have a good one.